guys, it's Jackie here to talk about PLL, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? And just so you know, like I said, I'm currently at the beach, and my friend Jessie is currently in the bunk above me, and even though she does not watch PLL, she has decided that she is going to randomly interject with her delightful commentary.
So Gossip Girl, right?
What?
That's what we're doing, Gossip Girl?
Pretty Little Liars.
Same thing.
Okay, so now, again, I feel like even though, according to Marlene, this is, quote, the summer of answers, unquote, I still feel very confused, and like, I did not leave that episode with any answers. Like I said, I think it's going to end up being the episode of answers, if that. So that's a little annoying, though I did enjoy this episode, actually. I feel like it wasn't too slow, and some stuff did happen. It's just, overall, it's not living up to the hype, but this episode was not bad. Like, it was okay. So, you know, that's good. We're getting somewhere. First of all, since we saw Claire in this episode, we are now, like, 99.99% sure that Sarah is actually Sarah, which makes me so mad. For many reasons, but I mean, look, Sarah had no real relevance to the plot until, like, the beginning of the summer. So I'm just so upset that they bring back Sara Harvey when they could have brought back Bethany Young. Like, she had so much more relevance to the story, and I'm just so upset that this girl is actually Sarah. I'm just like, why did you bring back Sarah when you could have brought back Bethany and made it so much more interesting? Like, she actually is involved, and Sarah, like, had no previous connection to this mystery, so I'm just kind of like, why bring back Sarah? Especially considering we've seen Sarah's face before, and, you know, this girl does not have that same face, but we can be, like, 99.99999% sure that she's actually Sarah now, because, one, Claire did not look at her and say, bitch, you ain't Sarah, and two, she knew all this stuff that probably only the real Sarah would know. Like, you know, she knew the names of all the friends, she knew the name of Claire's dog, like, that's stuff that she probably would not have known if she was really Bethany. So, as unhappy about it as I am, I have to admit that I was wrong. She is probably actually Sarah. I'm very bummed about that, but it is what it is. PLL has disappointed me many times before and will continue to disappoint me many times in the future, so guess I better get used to it.
Why do you watch this show? You seem so sad.
Why do I watch it? That's a good question, Jessie. Because I am in so deep now, and I just can't get out, and I'm just like, I have to know. I'm just...
Spoby stuff.
Yes. So, what I really liked about this episode, well, first of all, before I talk about Spoby, because I'm going to talk about them for a while, because they're, like, the highlight of this episode, duh, I'm really happy that we finally got a Mike and Mona scene, of them together, and I definitely ship that. So, I really enjoyed their interaction, and knowing that they're going to work through it, and that Mike still cares about Mona, and I just really enjoyed their scenes together. I've been waiting for this for so long, so that was really good to see. Other things to talk about, what's with the sudden focus on Arya's creepy doll obsession? It's weird, and I'm just kind of like, why? I mean, I know that PLL loves the creepy doll thing, but I don't know, it's just like a reoccurring motif now of like Arya and all these creepy dolls. I'm kind of just like, why? Why is that necessary? I don't know. It's weird to me. And let me think. Is there anything else I want to talk about? There was no Caleb in this episode. No Ezra. I don't know what else to talk about. I'm really... Well, let's talk about the Jason, Allison, Charles video. So, what I took from the video is that, you know, Mrs. D would take Charles out of Radley on special occasions so he could play with Jason and Allison without Jason and Allison realizing that Charles was their brother. And yes, it seems like from that video that she gave him a fake name and told him that he was their second cousin, named Freddie, which is just all kinds of twisted, but well, so was Mrs. D. And, so apparently some people are saying, based on things I saw on Tumblr, they think there's a whole other person named Freddie, and I'm like, no. What I took from it was that Mrs. D told Allison and Jason that Charles was their second cousin Freddie. Probably because even though she told Allison and Jason not to tell their father, if maybe one of them did, they wouldn't say, we were with Charles, they'd say we were with Freddie, so then she could kind of cover for it if it did get out, because if she had introduced him as Charles to them, Mr. D found out, she would be done, because, she told Mr. D that she was not seeing Charles anymore, so she was kind of covering herself a little bit. I do not think there's a whole other Radley patient named Freddie that's going to be thrown into this mix. Seriously, what a hot mess that would be. So that's how I interpret it anyways. And some people are apparently starting to feel bad for Charles now. I don't really. I think it's really sad, everything he went through. And, he does seem to be very mentally incompetent. So if he is so mentally ill that he doesn't realize that he's severely ruining lives, then I could feel pity for him, but that remains to be seen, so I guess we'll see about that. Like I said before, if the person who is doing all of this crazy stuff is actually sane and, knows that they're not doing the right thing, that they're in the wrong, then I can't feel bad for them, but if Charles ends up being just so crazy that he doesn't understand that he's doing the wrong thing, then I would feel sorry for him, so that will remain to be seen just how crazy Charles is. I guess now I'll talk about the Spoby stuff that went on in this episode, because, really, that's everything else that happened, so this, again, was not a super eventful episode. Stuff happened, but, there weren't any major answers or clues given, so, I can't really talk about that. Honestly, the more this summer goes on, the more confused I get. # Summer of Confusion is a more apt title, because I am more confused about this show right now than I have ever been, so there's that. So let's just talk about Spoby, okay? That'll be so much better. Well, first of all, the scene where he picks her up and spins her around was all kinds of adorable. When I first watched that sneak peek, I may or may not have let out a really girly squeal.
She did.
You weren't there. You don't know.
You did.
She's right, I did. So, yes, that was adorable. And, now, there's all these people who are just totally attacking Toby, and I'm going to go into Toby defense mode right now, because honestly, the hate for him is just getting ridiculous and doesn't make much sense at this point, honestly. There are people who will attack Toby no matter what he does. Toby could literally save a kitten from a burning building and people would still find a way to turn that around and say bad stuff about him. Not even joking. They probably would. All these people are saying, well, first of all, they're saying, Toby, just get over it. Well, no. He took, what did they say, 20 times the recommended dosage of drugs, pot, or whatever it was in those gummy bears? You don't just get over that. He was seriously drugged. You can't just snap out of that. Seriously? That makes no sense. Did you even think about this before you posted it? Secondly, people are saying that he was pushing Spencer away at the end because of his own pride. No, that's not it at all. He was kind of hurt, I think, that, she was having these drug problems again and she didn't go to him, because he told her before that, if she was ever going through these problems again, he wanted her to feel like she could tell him, and yeah, it's gotta sting knowing that she was keeping the secret from him, especially, when he was saying just earlier in the episode that they weren't going to do secrets anymore because they've both seen how much secrets can hurt their relationship, so yeah, he's going to be a little hurt by that. But he didn't really lash out at her or anything. He just kind of said, I can't have you be around if anyone finds me like this, and so I don't think that he was, in the wrong for that or anything, and I feel like he has a right to be a little bit hurt, and he wasn't uncalled for or anything, so I don't get that. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, this is why you don't take stuff from her. Well, first of all, I don't think he was stealing it, because the note that Sabrina left with the package, it didn't say, Spencer signed Sabrina. It just said, this is, to help with your stress or whatever, signed S. So I think that really what happened was, since it was signed S and Spencer signs a lot of her messages to him with just her first initial, he probably thought that they were something that she had left for him, hence why he took them. So really, none of the Toby hate I'm seeing is making any sense, and honestly, regardless of what ship you're talking about, if you are posting hate for a ship in their ship's tag on Tumblr, just don't do it. It's stupid and rude, and honestly, every time I see someone do it, I'm just gonna block them, because it's just, I hate that. And I mean, yeah, there are ships I don't like, but I wouldn't be so much of a jerk that I'm gonna go into their tag and say that stuff, so don't do it. Let me think. This is a really short video, but honestly, there wasn't that much this episode to talk about. Like, it was good, it wasn't super boring, but there's really nothing to theorize about, which sucks. But I mean, we all knew obviously we're not going to find out who Charles was tonight, because that's going to be saved for later. I think either we're going to see Charles's face at the end of the prom episode and then get the explanation in the finale, or the prom episode will just end with the girls all shocked when they see Charles, and then we'll find out more in the finale, because we did see from the promo the girls all at prom, you know, staring shocked at the camera, obviously seeing Charles, we can assume. So we're obviously not going to find out who Charles is for a while. And there's all these clues that are being released that are just really weird. Apparently that red balloon was a clue from PLL Snapchat, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, how is that red balloon a clue? Like, I don't get it. And apparently Hannah's check that she sees this episode is also a clue. Now, I'm still adamant that Ren is Charles, just because really no one else makes sense. I think I'll make a video later analyzing every possible Charles suspect, who makes sense and who doesn't. So I'll do that later when I have more free time after this vacation. But I think it would also kind of make sense for Ren to want to give Hannah money, since, you know, while Ren and Spencer had a thing, he also had a thing with Hannah. So that could be why this group affiliated with Radley could want to give her money. And so I guess that could be a clue towards Ren. Honestly, at this point, a lot of these clues just don't make sense, and there's so many new questions, and like, it's just really, really confusing. And I just hope that we get some more clarity going through the rest of the season, but I'm not optimistic. I just really think we're not going to get anything solid until the finale, and I don't know how Marlene is going to answer every question we've ever had, because we have so many of them by the end of the summer, especially going at the pace she's been going all season. So, on that pessimistic note, I guess that's it. So, you can go tell me in the comments what you thought about this episode. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like for more PLL videos. And just tell me what you think. So I'll post some more videos soon as we go through this summer of confusion together. And that's about it. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!